Hello, my dear students. Welcome back. So there is a bit confusion among the students, especially my students, that they are saying that sir, our syllabus reduction is been released by the council, and we are very much confused. Please explain us the entire syllabus of history and political science, especially ISC class 12 history and political science. So how to go through it, children? You can do it yourself. Also, I can show you the process, and after that, I'll explain you what things are added, which topics are removed, and what all are added, so that will make you a clear understanding about the syllabus being provided by the council. And hopefully after a few months, I think there will be a further reduced syllabus. Just we can keep a hope, but last year also further reduced syllabus was not there for ISC class 12 history and political science. Okay, so for that you have to go to your browser. You can do it through your Android phone also. Just simply type CISC. Okay, then you just enter it. Okay, very simple. Then you can just click on the first one, then directly go to publication. Okay, so once you click on the publication, you will see that what all syllabus are given over here. So you can see here, under the tab publication, you will see these two things: reduced syllabus for ICSC and ISC year 2022. Those students who will be appearing for their board exam in the year 2022, they have to follow this syllabus. Okay, so first we will deal with the ISC class 12, the subject which I teach, that is history and political science. So you can see here, after reaching over here, you can directly download this part, click on it. Okay, then next one also, you just click on it. So both is clicked over here. Okay, so we'll now go through what all are added in this syllabus. Okay, so I'm closing it. So I have already downloaded it, so I'll be going to this part. Okay, see this. Now you can see over here, history 851 class 12. Okay, so as you know that the theory paper is of 3 hours, 80 marks, project work of 20 marks, that will be assessed by internal and external as well. Okay, that all you have been explained in the previous class also. Now you can see here, when you when you go through this part, Indian history towards independence, I see not a major change over here. Okay, so previously the session started from this part. This part was included. Okay, this part was included, but the above one, the national movement. Okay, this part, let me say, this part, this national movement, these things were not at all required. All these things were not required. Directly we studied about the failure of the Cripps mission. Before that, we discussed about working of provincial, that is the most important features of the government of India Act 1935, that was asked for us to study. Okay, now if you move down, directly if you move down, okay, so Subasandra Bose, last year it was not at all included. Subasandra Bose and INA was not included. This year they have included. So we have to study about Subasandra Bose as well, and the formation of INA as well. Okay, last year Subasandra Bose was not there. This year, that means for 2022, they have included. Okay, now you can see here, then the role of Subasandra Bose, then revival of INA. Okay, all these things were last year removed as per the reduced syllabus, but this time they have included it. Okay, then transfer of power was there. So how the power transferred from the British government to the Indians. Okay, what all process went on, like cabinet mission proposal we discussed last year also. That is a very important, we cannot exclude this part. Okay, then the failure of cabinet mission, the aims and major provision, all these things last year also we studied. Okay, so everything over here. So from this part, chapter number 1, this part was not there last time. Lahore session was not required, but at least all the teachers discussed all these things, because when this session started, all these things the teacher had already started, so nothing changes. So if you move on to chapter number 2, now if you move on to chapter number 2, you see here establishment and the development of Indian democracy. So last year we did the refugee problem and the foundation of Indian democracy. Last year these two topics were there, but this year these two topics were not there last year. Okay, all these parts were not there last year, but this year for the examination to be held in 2022. Okay, origin of Kashmir problem. Okay, this part, origin of Kashmir problem, that is included. Okay, and how Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel integrated Kashmir. Okay, Junagadh and Hyderabad, that we have to discuss. Last year it was not there. Okay, so then the linguistic reorganized, that means the states given on the basis of language, that topic also was not included last year. Okay, so now next let us move on to chapter number 3, that means unit 3, that is challenges to Indian democracy. So this year we are going to study about role of syndicate. Yes, last year also we studied about role of syndicate. Then Naxal movement also was there last year. Okay, so this is as it is, so no reduction from this part. Okay, then JP movement also was included last year. Okay, then emergency was also there, so no changes over here, it is intact. That means chapter number 3, that is challenges to Indian democracy, everything is same as it is as compared to last year. Okay, so now let us move on to unit 4, that is changing phases of Indian democracy. Let us move to chapter number 5. So here some changes they have made, the council has made certain changes. So what all changes? Last year non-alignment movement was included. Okay, and the Sino-Indian war was included, but here those two topics are not included, so that is excluded. So India's foreign policy only deals this time with Pakistan war, that means the first Pak war, second Pak war, and the third Pak war. Okay, so here we have to study about the causes, forces, and the consequences of all the three wars, which was not included last year, which was excluded in the session 2020 and 21. Okay, so that was the, so here the major change, this part is included, and the previous topic which we did last year, now it is not there. Hope you have understood, this is added. So very simple, this is a very simple topic, India Pak war, easily you can understand it. Okay, now let us move to chapter number 6. Chapter number 6 was excluded in the last session. In 2021 session, it was not there in the reduced syllabus. It was not there in the reduced syllabus, so this year they have included. Okay, so movement for women's right, movements of women right was not there in the last session, this time they have included, so not a big deal. Just a very simple chapter, mostly the question is asked from this chapter for 12 marks directly. Okay, but this is also one of the important thing, we should include it from my point of view. Okay, this was not there in the last session, this year they have included. Now let us move on to the section B. Let us move on to section B, that is world history. What is included? Factors, point 1 and this part was there. Okay, so let me take, okay, this part was there last year, and this point number 2, that is Anglo-French appeasement policy was not there last year. We did not study, the students did not study about this part, Anglo-French appeasement policy. Okay, and this was there, reason for the defeat of Axis power. So this so what I see over here, certain changes they have made over here. So here last year we discussed about the courses of the war. So this time, this part, the World War II, the courses we don't have to study. We don't have to study the courses directly, we have to study the aggressive foreign policy of Germany and Italy, that is foreign policy we have to discuss, and how the war continued, the courses of the war. Okay, like Battle of Alamein, Battle of Britain. So all these things this time is not included as per the reduced syllabus for the year 2022. Okay, now let us move to chapter unit 8. So you can see here, decolonize, 3 topics comes under this chapter. If you check your book, 3 are there: China, Ghana, and Kenya. So here we have to study about China. Last year we did not study about China, we studied only about Kenya and Ghana. So this year we have to study about decolonization in Asia, especially with reference to China. Okay, so only one topic. So here reduction I see over here, reduction is there in this part. Okay, now let us move on to unit 9, that is Cold War. Okay, so Cold War, it is kept as it is. Cold War, it is kept as it is. Okay, like the origin of Cold War, all these things were discussed last year also. Communist coup in Czechoslovakia, all this we studied. Cold War expands, this also was there. Okay, this point is also there. Cold War, Berlin blockade, all these are very important. Then one thing I see missing over here is a breakup of USSR, which we did last in the last session, but this time this is not there. So here directly we have to study about Cold War, origin of Cold War, and the Cold War expansion. Okay, so then let us move to protest movement. So here some changes they have made it. So last year we studied about anti-apartheid movement, which was held in South Africa. Okay, mostly about Nelson Mandela. Okay, so here that part is excluded. Okay, role of Nelson Mandela, apartheid in South Africa is removed. Okay, reduced, and all they have only included the problems, that means a civil right movement organized by Martin Luther King in USA, that we have to study. Role of Martin Luther King we have to study. Okay, and the second wave, this was there last year also, this was not there, but this time they have included, they have excluded, that means apartheid movement. And the last one is Middle East problem. Everything is as it is. This is the last chapter. Mostly the students ignores this chapter also because they get lot of choices from the other parts, so they prepare those. But my suggestion is that if you prepare this chapter also, it will be very easy for you. Okay, like relation of Arab and Jews, Arab-Israel war, what were the causes of Arab-Israel war, 6 Days War, Yom Kippur War, okay, and then Camp David Accord. Then this was not there last. Oslo Peace Accord was not there last year, so this time they have included for the session 2022.